Ladies and gentlemen, ladies and reptiles, this is Mr.Quest of the AlloClaw Productions, and as you may see right now, this is a bigger enclosure that I explained in an earlier update. So what I'm going to be doing for this video is something that that nobody has done for their water dragons, and that's getting large branches or small branches for them to climb on. Now, you can either get them two ways. One, by buying them at a local pet store, which is what I did for that tree right there. Number two, you can get them out in the wild, but there are some things to note about getting wild tree branches. One, you have to strip the bark. Two, you have to rinse it thoroughly in either hot or cold water. I read it in the instructions. I don't know which one they said. They didn't specifically say hot or cold, but I'm gonna go with warm water just in case. And two, no, I mean, and three, you have to put it in the oven. Well, small branches anyway, in the oven for at least how long? 15 to 20 minutes. For 450 degrees, and then they will be sterile and safely ready to use. That's what I'm trying to say. So here's Gendrome. Now lately Gendrome has kind of been acting very hyper, and I think that's because I've been giving him some crickets. But not only that, he really doesn't like the way his setup is, and what I mean by that is, it's not as arboreal as he wants it to, and as I want it to either. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go outside, collect some branches, a variety of them, and see what I can do with each one of them. Because mainly, and another reason for this is because there's no basking spot within that general area. And that is the closest basking spot he has, and it's not working clearly for him. So I'm going to see if I can go in the wild and get some branches. See you there. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. It may not have taken a while for you. It may have actually taken a millisecond for you to cut to this part. But for me, it took forever because there was a dog chasing me, and there were other dogs barking at me, learning from him, and then blah blah blah, etc., etc. Now back to what I was doing. Now, when you go out tree hunting or branch hunting, you have to consider that there could be ticks around, especially on thick-barked trees. Now, and I don't think thick bark, you want all bark to be removed from your trees. Now, what you should do is this could be risky, but I'm going to try and do it, is what you should do, too, is you should look in the trees to see if there are any signs of ticks, or at least any ticks. So, I'm not seeing any as far as ticks go, but, okay, so there aren't any, because if there were ticks, you would see, well, probably a lot of them, even though you can't really see much because they're so tiny. But they are seeable to the visible eye. Okay. Now, I did find a big pile of tree branches and stuff here, but I don't know if this stuff is gonna work. Now, the kind of tree that I would recommend using is this kind of branch right here. You just need to scrape off the bark with a knife and do what the instructions said that you may have paused to look at, and then you'd be good from there. But I don't want to use something this small. I want to go for something quite big, like this tree right here, which has very easy bark to remove, as well as a smooth surface. Well, smooth but climbable. And oh my goodness, I have to watch out because dogs come out here all the time to crap in most places. Alright, so I'm taking a look at this tree, and since, oh my goodness, how on earth am I gonna get, oh my goodness, pine needles are on this tree. They're not naturally on here, they just came from that pine tree up there, and stuff like that. Now I need to be able to watch my step, see where I'm going. Now this would be perfect for Gendrome, this type of branch. But first off, I'm gonna take this part, but I need to be extra careful. I don't know if I can take something off of a tree. I don't know if it's illegal. Actually, you can, but I don't know. Well, there's that tree over. I don't know if you could see it, but there's that tree over there, and then there's this tree. This tree is the most likely thing that my lizard would want to climb. So what I'm gonna do, is, oh well, the first thing you need to do is take this stuff off as much as possible, because you don't want your lizard getting his tail stuck on any of them, or any part of his body stuck on any of these. Ow. Now that hurt. I don't know if I got a wound, but okay, I removed that. You want to remove as much as you can, so that way it's climbable for your lizard without getting stuck on anything. Oh my goodness. Ow. Ow. This hurts, but I have to do it. Okay, I'm gonna have to remove that when I get home. Okay. Now, I don't know if I can keep this on here apart from one of these. Actually, no, two of these. Actually, I'll keep that on there. Now here comes the hard part. Removing this branch. Now, I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but I'm gonna try and attempt to take this whole thing apart. Oh my goodness, it's much harder than I thought. Trying to get this thing apart. Oh, there's cracks. I don't know if cracks are necessarily safe for your lizard, but I don't know. There wasn't that much detail. I'll be back later. I may have to look at another tree. See. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, that tree over there is proving to be tougher than I thought, and I found another one, which means that someone here has been here tearing off some branches from this, which means it's clearly legal. So what I'm gonna do here is I need to choose a perfect branch from one of these, and after I've chosen that branch, I'm going to tear it off and bring it to my house and start working on it. So I don't know which one here, but I'll be able to think. So I will take one of these, and I will see that. Oh, another thing to know is that tree over there, if I could get through here, ow. This tree that you see right here, you may not see it. Now this is the kind of tree that you might not want to get for your water dragon, mainly because it has too smooth of a surface, and your dragon may not be able to climb it and may easily just slip off of it. So I would avoid getting one of these unless you're absolutely sure you can just like get one of these and then scratch the surfaces to make them climbable, and unless you're doing something like that. Alright, well, I'm gonna continue trying to get my branch. See ya. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, ladies and reptiles, of course, I have found a tree big enough, well, actually it's slightly bigger than the enclosure itself. It's like about, say, 6 feet long or something. I don't know, maybe 5.5 or something like that. 5 feet 9 inches tall. It's actually taller than me. Never mind, it's over 5'9", it's 6 feet actually. So I'm gonna see what I could do about bringing this baby in, and yeah, and go from there. So see ya. Okay, so I obviously got my stick, my 6 foot long stick. Now what you want to do before you even start putting this thing in your enclosure that your water dragon has, you have to look at the size of the branch before you even do so. So my branch is about 6 feet long. It's obviously a branch like this isn't going to be able to fit in there. So what I'm going to do is, it's not going to be easy. I'm going to like either cut or break this thing in two and then go from there. And after that, I'm gonna start washing this thoroughly. Actually, no, I have to remove the bark from this first and then wash it thoroughly. I also need to get a tool to remove these things, the things sticking out as well. And then I will be back with it. See you then. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I've got my thing cut. I used a handsaw to cut them, as you can see. And then I cut all the edges off. I'm keeping, like, those ones are gonna stay on because they're not gonna do anything to them. I mean, well, they are covered in bark anyway, so it doesn't really matter when I get all the bark off. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna scrape the bark off using this utility knife. And then after that, I'm gonna thoroughly rinse them. Alright, see you there. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this is what it looks like. I'm still not finished with it yet. I still have to put it in the oven for at least 15 to 20 minutes. And I was soaking it in the bathtub for about, like, say, 5 minutes. And it smells like, well, a really bad vegetable. It smells like broccoli, actually. But I'm not so sure if my lizard would mind that. My water dragon. Thing is, though, the thing you have to watch out for is splinters. But I don't think they're gonna do much after you've washed the branches in water. So I'm gonna be putting these in the oven. So I'll see you then. Okay, I have my sticks in the oven, but there is one small problem. They can hardly fit. This is like how much it can fit. But it's no need, because I was told that I should preheat it for 450 degrees for about 10 minutes, and I waited that long. And now I put them in, and now it's only 4 minutes remaining for them to be done. So yeah, I don't know if I have anything to worry about the about the oven being open while that's that. But I turned the bake off, and I just set the timer because it's still 450 degrees in there. But it's, well, lowering. Don't mind the pizza. The pizza is delicious. Now, anyways, goodbye. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the lighting may be terrible, but you could still see very clearly. Well, actually, I may have the gamma already up by the time it's uploaded. Sorry for seeing my knee there. Probably saw it again just this time. Now, anyways, the reason why I have it like this is because I have it hot glue gunned on each side. as you can slightly see. There we go. Now, the reason why I hot glue gunned it is because, like, well, I'm gonna have to show you in a minute because it would be too hard for me to explain. But basically, as soon as I put this sucker in, Gendrum is gonna climb on it, he's gonna love it, and things like that. Although, I mean, I did put it in the oven for 20 minutes in a 450 degree thing, but I preheated it to 450 degrees before putting this in, so that way nothing catches fire. But I don't know whether this is still gonna work. I don't have any min wax because I'm on a very tight budget. Well, actually, I spent all my money on that cage, but there's still a little bit of stuff peeling off. I'm a bit worried about that, but I don't know if Gendrum's gonna even do anything about that, or I don't know if he's gonna worry about scraping anything or getting a splinter. And that's the one thing you should watch out for. Watch out for any splinters or anything like that. That kind of worries me. That doesn't say anything about the instructions that I've read or that you've read through pausing this video. But I'm gonna wait till the hot glue dries out, and we'll see. Okay, so my first hot glue gun idea didn't work, so I had to. I mean, it's because none of it fit at all. I had to do it like this in order to get it to fit properly. Like, have this, like, I mean, it's hard to explain, but I'll get to it later. Goodbye. Okay, so here's the finished project. Looking at Gendrum's face, he's looking at me all weird. That's hilarious. Oh. Alright, well, back to this. Like, anyways. So this is what I meant when I was putting it in. I had it like the way I had it before, but it just couldn't go in for some reason, so I had to improvise and do it like this. Although, he hasn't started climbing it yet, but he did notice some change in his enclosure. So as you can see, there's now a basking spot underneath the UVB bulb, and now he's got something he can climb on much higher. All I gotta do now really is to just add just one more, like, all I gotta do now is just add some vines and like buy some vines at a store and get more plants, because water dragons love that. Isn't that right, Gendrum? Isn't that right? Isn't that right? He's so adorable. But anyways, here's the finished product. Here's the finished project. It's looking quite nice, actually. Although I'm a little bit worried about its stability, but I'm sure it'll hold. So goodbye.